Well, we are finally here. The 11th anniversary Dokkan. Holy crap. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just take a look at this. What? Oh, that is very, oh, whoa. That is very Ultimate Gohan coded from Superhero. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yes, 55% Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku. Daima Battle of Fate, Goku's family, 200% HP, 170% stats. Extra stats plus 50 to Dragon Ball Seekers, full power, and Kamehameha. If you guys want to skip ahead, use the timestamps in the video to do that. For the 12 key, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. For the 18 key, massively raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Raises allies attack by 40% for 1 turn. EX super attack, and this is the 18 key version of it, Dragon Fang Shout. When the first attack in the turn is a super attack that performs a critical hit, 77% chance for the super attack to become an EX attack. So basically the mechanic is that there's sort of a roulette thing going. If the conditions are met, there is a chance that your super attack will get upgraded to like an ult. That's basically how I like to envision it. The ult in question raises attack by 140% for 4 turns. This is like custom fan card numbers. Raises attack by 140% for 4 turns, raises defense for 1 turn, causes ultimate damage, raises allies attack by 40% for 2 turns. Now, I don't know everything about the ins and outs of this mechanic, how it works, how it's supposed to proc, the intended use of it, but apparently as of right now, apparently the EX attack can also happen on a 12 key. It was my understanding that it would only happen if the 18 key super was guaranteed to be a crit, if this guy's the one doing it, but apparently it has been procced off of the 12 keys. So we'll learn more about how it works fully as time goes by. But those are the super attacks. Now for the passive, activates entrance animation, attack and defense plus 400%, Daima category allies, key plus 1, defense plus 23%, and damage reduction 4%. This is only for Daima characters. Basic effects, attack and defense plus 400%, receives an additional key plus 4 per STR key sphere obtained, receives an additional key plus 1 per non-STR key sphere obtained, damage reduction 40%, guards all attacks. Daima or Goku's family category allies attack plus 40% and attacks effective against all types. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 24 key, attack plus 200%, chance to crit plus 40%, 70% chance of launching an additional super. When receiving an attack, defense plus 200%, chance to crit plus 20%. As the first attacker in a turn, damage reduction 10% before attacking. All allies attack plus 40%, self-excluded. As the second or third attacker in a turn, chance to crit plus 40% for 5 turns. For the active skill, can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and within the turn activated, all attacks become crits. This will also work back its way into triggering the EX attack. So with all of this, there's a lot of damage potential out here. So in terms of hit potential, it's very hard for me to say exactly how much I want to give in each, but the answer is clearly additionals and dodge. Critical isn't needed. You've got critical, you can give yourself max crit, guaranteed crit by putting him in slot 2. If you put him in slot 2 on the first turn, then on his second reappearance, on his second appearance back, he'll put him in slot 1, he'll still have the residual 40% crit. If he receives an attack, or when he receives it, he gets another 20%, and then if he launches a 24 key, he's got a guaranteed crit. So this is the sort of the way to give him guaranteed crit. So I don't think we need it. Even if he doesn't have guaranteed crit, he's got a pretty good chance. It's all about dodge and additional. The reason why I think dodge is important is because as we have now entered a new meta, there's probably going to be harder hitting events, which means if this guy has to be in slot 1, even with all of his damage reduction and guard activated, it might not be enough. He might get stunned, he might get sealed. If he were to get stunned, that actually might be a pretty bad thing because of how much you can get from an EX attack. Not only for him, but how much it benefits multiple rotations. Getting sealed is not a good thing. So I actually think, now that I think about it, dodge is going to be way more important. But I can't deny, I really want to go max additional. I'm probably going to end up going max dodge the rest additional, just because dodge only counts for 1, additional counts for double. But that's my early thought process. Do check out the end of the video. I put timestamps for my final thoughts. That will be where I go over my final thoughts. Also check the pinned comment because I'll give you my final take on what the build should be. And also I've heard that he's got some key problems. So because of that, I actually want to make a little bit of a change here before we jump in. So I swapped out the Super Saiyan 4 TUR with the Hachiya Goku. Hachiya Goku links well with him, or synergizes well with him because he's got orb changing. That might help with the key deficit problem. He does get a ton of key with each STR orb, but if you don't have STR, it could be an issue. So anyway, this is our squad. Let's go ahead and test him out. We're going to start on the Future Saga boss rush, and then we'll take it from there. And perfect. All right, let's go ahead. All in-house music for this. We're not using custom tracks.
Now to go even further beyond.
Hot take, not so hot take. Should have been longer. That intro should have gone longer. All right. We want to put the Goku in slot 1 to stress test. Well, yeah, no, we're going to do that. I mean, Hachiyak Goku would have been slot 1, but we're going to leave this guy here. Because of the orb changing, we're not going to have any issues. So if this guy weren't here, I feel like this would probably be a bigger issue. All right, so this is the friend unit. Friend unit has a couple of links in here. Mine does not. So let's see. We have 5 links active. That's pretty good. So let's pick up all this. 24 key. We are leaving him in slot 1. We're going to have Hachiyak Goku go 2nd. And then we're going to have Piccolo go 3rd. All right, here we go. All right, he hit me. All right. Oh! Was that 80 million? $53.4 million damage to start, and we got no additionals. 53.4 million attack or damage. We had an 80 million attack stat on the EX attack to start, but now we've raised our attack by 140% for 4 turns. We've given everybody attack plus 40% for 2 turns. We did not get okay, it's funny. We got the EX attack. That was a 77% chance. And then on the flip side, we failed the 70% chance of launching an additional super. That's actually kind of sad and kind of funny.
My name is Glorio. The king of the 3rd demon world sent me.
Everybody on this turn is now benefiting from last turn's 40% boost. All right. Okay, so here we're going to see some key problems. So you want to get 24 key, but it's not happening on this turn, which means the crit chance is going to be even lower unless I put him in slot 2. So maybe we should do that. I'm going to put him in slot 2. I'm going to put Gogeta slot 1. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to go after Zamasu this way. So at least with this guy, we're getting extra defense. Dude, the rotating support meta is now crazy. 70% defense for 4 turns. We got 40% defense this turn. We're also going to get 50% attack and defense this turn. That's going to go for 3 turns. It's going to be very difficult to keep track of all this. That is insane. All right, so now we'll do this against you. I want to see what a slot 2 turn 1 is going to be like. And then we got Gradia on this. All right, here we go. How are we looking? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. 50.6 million attack stat for this dude. I mean, that's pretty par for the course for this guy. So we're testing out my Daima Goku. Did I get it again? Oh, I got it. you. No additionals. Come on, man. Oh, wait. No. That's because we didn't have 24 key. So the default setting for EX attacks is that it is at single speed. You can change it in the settings tab. You can make it double speed. If you do, you will not get voice acting, apparently. So in terms of knowing whether or not it's an EX attack, you would have to rely on the music change, or you would simply just have to pay attention. I'm going to keep it at single speed for the sake of this video, but you guys can change it yourselves. But what I'm curious about now, I'm going to have to go back and check. We got the EX attack. Was that because Gogeta's super attack was a critical, or was it because Goku's attack was predetermined to be a critical? I got to go back and look. Now we've got a floating support of 40% going everywhere. Like next turn, now we got 40%. We got 50% attack and defense from Glorio. Whew, there's so much happening. Oh. All right, I have made an important discovery. No, other people have probably discovered this. Based on the wording, it sort of seems like it's supposed to be the slot 1 that gets the guaranteed crit. That's not the case. This is based on this character's alone. So if this Goku's first attack in the turn is a crit super, you have a 77% chance of it transforming into an EX attack. So classic Dokkan wording being ambiguous and stupid. Appreciate it. All right, so now we got this guy here for also insane synergy. But I'm going to put this guy back in slot 1. Actually, I should put this guy in slot 2. Yeah, I'm going to put this guy in slot 2 because now that we know that, he doesn't necessarily have to be slot 1. And with an 80% chance to crit, that's a pretty good chance he's going to do it. So let me do that. Let me put Daima, or let me put Hachi at Goku slot 1. I want to boost up this guy's attack with a... Oh, wait, no, he gets key. He gets key. Yeah, he'll do that. And then I'll do this. Then I'll do this. And then I'll do this. Oh my god. Oh my god, somebody help me. I've made a huge mistake. What? We are not giving everybody the extra 40%, but that's okay. We're showcasing what the Goku can do, so that's fine. All right, so we've given 50% extra attack. 114 million attack stat. Wow. Additional. $114 million attack stat. Dude, this is a 55% unit. 55. We casually opened with 80 million on turn 1's EX attack. Turn 2 EX attack is 114. Are you seeing this? Huh? Oh my god. I think though, now that we're starting to get this sort of support, rotating support, we need to put something on screen that shows what each unit is giving. Like more of a visual thing. I love these logos, but I need something on screen. Like maybe underneath the type circle up here, they can put, like if you're looking at Gogeta slot 1, it'll put a little blue tag on the right that shows plus 70% defense, plus this, plus that. They got to start doing that because this is going to be hard to follow. Okay. Okay. If I put this guy slot 1, we would get 10% damage reduction and we would have Gogeta go. I'm a little... Oh, actually, you know what? We don't have max key. That's not right. Okay. Gogeta's going first. Why? Because of them orbs over here. Oh, wait a minute. Should I use the active skill? I think I should use the active skill right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the active skill because we're probably going to murder him. I'm going to use the active skill in slot 2. Pro tip for those of you who don't know this. If you activate an active skill, like an attack or something like that, in a certain position, you inherit the traits that you would have had you attacked in that position. Meaning, since we're activating the active skill in slot 2, if this was our first turn, for example, we would then give ourselves 40% crit for 5 turns. You can then, after activating the active skill, move him back into slot 1, and he will still possess that second slot trait. So let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's get it. He almost deleted him. Oh my god. I don't even want to let Gogeta do anything. Would have been nice if we had one more key though. Okay, well, we'll do that. And then we do that. Okay, and guess what? We get to do it again in just a second. Oh, he did it again. 107 million. You're done. You're done. So we have consistently been hitting that EX attack every turn, which is so good because it's keeping Goku's attack stat regulated at an even higher number, and everybody else is getting the extra 40%. Oh my god, we're doing it again. This guy's dead. What does this do? Does this give us anything? No. All right. Let's run it back. $66.9 million damage. And so now that we've inherited the slot 2, we could put him back in slot 1. To be honest, I kind of want to give him the 50% attack boost, but I'm a little scared that Hachiya Goku might fold. When receiving an attack with 20 or more ki, I mean, we might be okay. I think we should be okay. I think we should chance it. I'm going to go ahead and chance it. I'm going to do this. And then we finna do this. All that extra key. Look, dude, look at our number. Oh my god. You need a microscope to see those numbers. What is that? That's 20 million attack stats. We have entered custom Dokkan unit. We've entered the custom Dokkan unit era. That's what this is. This is stupid. This is just stupid. This is actually dumb. This is actually dumb. All right, you can stop now. You can chill. Chill. Stop it. Stop. $97 million attack stat. This is a 55% unit. We have been getting numbers above 80 million easily. Every time. Oh, that didn't kill? 57.3 million attack stat. There you go, that killed him. All right, that was insane. What a way to start. Okay, let's do something else because that... that's crazy. Let's try Broly, Bio Broly. One of the most vicious, evil, stupid events out there. we're gonna stress test. This is not about optimizing the fight. This is about stress testing. We're gonna test out the damage. We're gonna test out how much damage we take. This will probably take a couple of runs, which means more excuses to watch this.
Wait, that fuzzball's done it, hasn't he? He's finally achieved it.
All right. I am going to turn those off, though. I am also going to speed up the EX attack. So, EX super attack speed. See, you can do once per day and speed up. I'm going to speed it up. Skip. I'm going to turn that on so we can skip everything. All right. So, we're going to put him in slot 1. I want to stress test. I want to see how much damage we take. Here, we got 5 links. Here, we got 5 links. I'm actually going to put this guy slot 1. All right. We are able to get max key because we have enough orbs. So, that's Q. So, let's do that. Okay, this is the friend unit. Friend unit is, by the way, 55. Is he 55%? Yes, level 1 links. Oh, it might be mine. Okay. And then we have this dude. I'm going to save the STR orbs just so we can increase our odds of getting it later. All right, so here we go. He has no dodge, no excuses. He is about to eat Bio Broly. All right, Broly's attack. Holy crap. I mean, that's what 54% damage reduction and guard does for you. Should we be surprised by that? No. We should not. But what sucks is that by putting him there, he got stunned, and now the repercussions are going to be felt for the next few turns. So this is why dodge is a good idea, because dodge will give this guy a chance to avoid situations like this where now the next 2 rotations are 40% attackless. Where we just left so much EX super attack damage on the table because he got stunned. I'm not saying dodge is a guaranteed thing, but it'll help. So this is only proving my point that I think I want to go max dodge and then put the rest into additional. If you put like 20 dodge on 20 points into dodge, you are getting 20% chance to dodge. If you put 10 additional, you're getting 20% additional. Okay, for context, I guess let's put this guy slot 1 and see how much he takes. So let's do that. And then, oh, I think we're dead. Yeah, I think it's GG. We do that, and then we do that. This is GG. We're stress testing, so it's cool. Go G. Dodge. All right, this time we're gonna put him in slot 1 and we're gonna use a Whis. We took 440 something thousand damage, so let's put a Whis now because hey, people use items, so let's go ahead and see what sort of coverage that gives us. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that. Also, this will be good because next turn, after this guy eats a few attacks, with a Whis and Goku again in slot 1, we'll see how much damage we take there. With a Whis, how much we taken? A double digits. All right, cool. That's something worth keeping in mind. At 55%, level 1 links, with a Whis, Goku can tank that with basically 0 damage. That is terrifying. I don't have Majin Buu on this team because of how much he can give you, his crazy abilities and stuff, I want to dedicate a full video to exploring his kit. That's why he's not involved in this video, for those of you curious. All right, so now that we've hit him a couple of times, we've got Whis active. I want to see how much damage this fool about to take in slot 1. So let's do that. And then let's do that. And then let's do that. Okay, good to know. He had 94% damage reduction and guard, by the way. So after Bio Broly got smacked a couple of times, he still took only a double digits, which is good. But after that, I think it's probably GG. I'm gonna try to see if we can extend this fight. Next turn, I'm gonna put Gogeta slot 1. Oh God. I just realized what I said. I just realized what I said. Gogeta slot 1. I don't think I can actually get through this fight. Like, if I have to get through this fight with this team, I gotta sack Goku every time. Like, he can't do anything. This team, I'm afraid we don't have the facilities for that, big man. Glorio's launching those attacks. He's getting stronger. I mean, you know what? If I use his active, it gives me 70. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use a Whis. We have to. We will not survive this turn. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use this. That's gonna give him 70% defense. Maybe that plus maybe that plus we still survive. Maybe. How can I give Goku the max amount of ki though? So if I do this. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it was the best we can do with what we got. So let's do that. And let's do that. Would you kindly not super bread? Let's go! We dodged! Oh, thank you! We get to keep this in the showcase. Sadly, my Goku couldn't get 24 ki because, yeah, ki is definitely a problem. Only when you're trying to hit 24 ki. So essentially what this means is you're not going to be able to rely on the extra 40%. But I'll tell you what, the 40% can be made up by your slot 3 supports. For example, there are characters on Daima at least that come to mind, like the physical free-to-play Daima Goku. He gives all Daima characters 20% crit chance. I just realized we didn't launch an EX attack, did we? I was not even looking at all. Whoops. All right, so next turn we can use Goku's active. Yep, we can use Goku's active. If we have a Whis active. I don't want to lose his. I'm gonna put this guy slot 1. I want this guy to go off. So let me go ahead and do this to give everybody else more attack. All right, so these guys, look at their numbers. All right, let's go ahead and use the active. $54 million damage. Okay. Everybody's gotten a little bit stronger, so let's put this guy slot 1. With a Whis, I think this Goku should be fine. He's got 800,000 defense. He's got 30% damage reduction. Wait. Attacking the same turn. 30% damage reduction. 70% damage reduction. I think... Is he going to be okay? Well, he better be, because the showcase hinges on it. So don't choke this. Be nice. Oh, he countered. Thank God. All right, he heals. Nobody cares. This is what we wanted to see. Let's go. We actually might win this. All right, here we go. EX attack, 103 million attack stat, 55% level 1 links, 220% team. 80 million damage. We got an additional 55.8 million attack stat. I think we kill right here, don't we? Oh, no, we don't. 43 million damage. I want him slot 1. I want him slot 1 more often. I want to give him dodge. I'm going max dodge the rest additional. Yeah. Max dodge the rest additional, and I'm going to put as much like attack boosting as I can. Ooh, we could even cancel him. We could cancel him with this. All right, hold on. Let me do this first. So let's activate this guy's active here. We did about what, like 50 something million last time with the other unit. Mine does 60 million, a little bit more. Everybody just got a little bit stronger. I could do this. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Let me activate.
Good idea.
All right, that cancels. Probably cancels his attack. So let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Hopefully we canceled the super attack. That is so evil. You suck. You actually suck. You big old pile of poo. What the f?
I've seen enough. I'm calling this one.
This LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a monster damage-wise. He lacks the combo power simply because the consistency in which you're going to be getting 24 ki is not that great. The orb changing is going to be helpful with Hachiyak Goku, but besides that, there probably are not too many options that can give you more consistent orb changing. So you're going to have to rely on luck of the field, like if the orbs are kind of in your favor, orb changing items and things like that. So the more combo, the better, obviously, because he'll get more damage out there. He'll get more stats out there. He also gives him... No, he doesn't give himself any defense, does he? Oh, the 18 ki gives him defense. So at least that's okay. So he's only giving himself attack with the 12 ki, which means when you're launching that multiple times, you're not getting any tankier. So I just feel like with all things considered and considering what happened with Broly at the end there, I think he needs dodge. He needs to be a slot 1 presence for multiple reasons. And if you give him dodge, he has a chance to avoid seals and stuns and things that can sort of ruin the rotating stat support that you now see on these teams. So my recommendation personally is going to be max dodge, the rest additional. However, I totally understand if you want to go the other way. Max additional, the rest dodge also is work. That's also going to work fine. You just won't be as consistent on the dodge. If you're super lucky, it doesn't matter. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And also whatever stat boosting equips I can give, I'm going to be focusing on attack. I want to increase his damage output as much as possible. This was at 55%. Just imagine what it's going to look like at Rainbow. We're going to be hitting, I'm willing to bet on the EX super attacks, we're going to be hitting probably like 250 million, 300 million attack. Easy. Welcome to the 11th anniversary. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the LR Super Saiyan 4 Daima Adult Goku. What are your thoughts on the character overall? Do you like what he can do? Do you think that there should be more? Animations aside, we're not talking about the animations, but the overall character's kit. How would you recommend the hidden potential build? Do you agree with my takes? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. And ours, to Dokkan responsibly.